Alright guys, let's just talk shit on this video. Dude, I'm like been paying attention to the things we say and we are so sarcastic, bro. This is nah.
Damn, Daniel. Back at it again, eh? You know, with the white vans. No fucking way.
Increased tone.
Guess what we get to talk about?
No way.
Europe!
Your performance.
Oh my god.
I mean, we fucking sucked.
Cut.
Alright guys, just be honest. Just say we fucking sucked.
It's kind of hard to look at you.
Don't look at me then.
Don't look uncomfortable, Johnny. Don't be awkward.
Hello, this is MonteCristo with Cloud9, and of course we're here with the CSGO team for Cloud9. You guys just got back from your European adventure, played a little DreamHack, played a little IEM Katowice. I mean, I do mean like just a little.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
So let's start with your qualifier for IEM Katowice, because you guys beat Complexity, and you beat MIBR. We're looking really good coming in. So tell me what happened when you got to Europe.
Who wants to take this one? I'll say we're online as fuck.
When we got to Europe, we actually, so for DreamHack, we only got there about 12 hours before our first game. So I think there was definitely some elements of jet lag still in our first game versus Renegades. It looked better the next game against Virtus Pro, but then like same thing, like some people were awake at 4 in the morning and our next game against Renegades was at like 5 or 6 in the afternoon. So we'd been awake for like 12, 14 hours already. Anyway, skip fast forward, boot camp went pretty well.
Whoa. Let's talk about boot camp. So you guys get there early. All right.
Yeah.
DreamHack's whatever, lose to Renegades 3 times, and then you come back, and where's your boot camp happening?
So our first boot camp was at the Penta facilities. We were there for about 10 days because Johnny had a visa appointment in Germany. And then we went to Poland, to Warsaw, to the King1 Esports Performance Center. Very nice facilities there. And we had quite a productive boot camp over there heading into IEM Katowice.
Excellent. So what was your practice like? What were you guys doing every day?
The whole month we played 100 scrims.
100.
Yeah.
I think we played more than 100.
Well,
actually.
At least 100. It was at least 100 scrims. Yeah. Maybe 200.
Nah, not that many.
Nah.
I wouldn't
It
kill
felt
us.
like a lot.
So you guys are really grinding, though.
Yeah.
Making the most of the opportunity. Were you guys scrimming against other Katowice teams mostly?
Yeah, we scrimmed.
Yeah.
Can you guys not remember? Is it that
Fuck, that whole thing is a fucking blur, man.
Man, we were there for 5 weeks, man. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we scrimmed against a bunch of the other IEM Katowice teams.
EG, FaZe, fucking Renegades too.
Mousesports.
Mousesports.
Navi.
Navi.
All of them.
Vitality.
Vitality's Team Spirit.
We scrimmed basically against the majority of them. Fnatic even as
And the
well.
Ruskies.
And
We kept scrimming Gamut
Pro
youngsters.
100? No, we didn't actually. What?
Gamut youngsters like
Yeah,
100 times.
We scrimmed them like a lot.
Every single day.
Sure.
Okay, tons of practice. So you guys get to IEM Katowice. You had a really tough first opponent in Astralis. What were your thoughts heading into the Astralis game?
so, I mean, obviously Astralis is a tough opponent, but they just come off like not the best showing at Blast. So we were feeling like if we really on point, we can, we do stand a chance against them. The first game against them the first map at least, didn't go that well. We started off like 4-1, but then they started putting a lot of pressure on us, and then that kind of made us play scared. So like after that first map, we just talked about how we want to change up going into the second map, and we actually had a really productive talk. The second map went really well. We were up 12-10 at a point, and we lost 2-2v1s in a row, which basically cost us that map. So could have pushed it to a third, but yeah, unfortunately we didn't.
What were you guys working on in terms of strategy coming in? Without giving away anything, JT, I know you're the leader of this team. What were you looking to accomplish strategically, and what happened in the actual games? Did you feel like you reached your goals?
Yeah, so we kind of just looked at our current stuff, what's working for us, just making sure that
we knew which of our strats worked, and then just creating new things that other teams haven't seen, because it's really easy to counter-strat a team, so we try to make sure that we don't keep doing the same things over and over again. Even if it's like similar strats, we're just making new ones and making sure that it looks like the rest of our stuff. And working a lot with mix and just seeing what our tells are, so that when we do play these big teams that prepare a lot, that they can't just like know exactly what we're doing.
Without giving away your future strats, what was your favorite strat that you ran that worked well?
Well, let's
Don't say the name.
I don't know, dude. None of them worked. No, that wasn't my excited face. That was my, wow, none of them worked face.
What was the strat you wish had worked? Let's start there.
Defaults.
Default first off. The most basic part of CS. I wish it worked. The default.
Our best strat was where we all die and we let floppy 1v4. That's
Thanks, Tion. Plus rep.
I mean, I only worked once.
So with that in mind, what was different from your practice? Because I've been talking to you guys and you said you felt really confident, you were doing really well in your scrims, you were making all of the scrim bucks, and you couldn't cash them in. What was the biggest problem you guys faced when you actually got on stage?
I think in the Astralis game, like the pressure wasn't really that bad, because I mean, like, you're going into that game as the underdog, so it didn't really matter that much, and we played a bit better. But I think on the second day, the pressure of like the elimination match combined with our expectations of wanting to do well, because leading up to the tournament things were going really well, I think that kind of just created an environment where we just couldn't like perform to our best extent and to what we expect from ourselves.
Well, you guys are back in LA now. We're here actually at the Flashpoint photo shoot. That's why you guys are all here, and we're adding this interview on. Now that you're back and you're back to scrimming again, one of the things that Cloud9 has done, and if you guys didn't see it on the Cloud9 YouTube channel, there's an interview with me and Jack and Gary is the sports psychologist or the performance psych who's working with the team. Have you guys been working with him at all? Do you think he's perhaps helping you with some of the issues you faced on LAN?
Leading up to the tournament, we weren't really like kind of working with him that much, but before we left, we did work with him a bit more. And I think Gary was like a big help for us at the start, and we'll definitely utilize him a bit more.
Yeah, we had a couple of sessions with him before we left to Europe, but then while we were in Europe, we didn't really work as much with him, but that'll surely change now that we're back in LA. And we have a lot of time in LA thanks to Flashpoint.
What are the first things you want to work on after having been at this European boot camp and not had the performance you wanted at Katowice?
Just being able to translate our performance online to LAN. We've done it before at Pro League, and there's no reason why we can't do it again. So yeah, I think just giving the same performance we give online on LAN. I think that's the biggest thing for us.
Do you think how do you feel about, is it a mental hang-up for you guys? Do you feel differently when you're on LAN than you do online?
I think it was mainly just experience, because not many of us have had the experience of playing at an event of that high caliber, especially against teams like Astralis. So I think it's just the lessons we learn from it, and I think going into the Flashpoint games, I think we'll perform a lot better.
Yeah, and the experience is also like important for the team, because we have such a young team, so there's no older guy in the team that can keep everyone level-headed when things start going really wrong, except for like when we're taking pauses or whatever, then I can try, but I mean I have 30 seconds and we've got 5 guys or 6 people trying to speak, so I mean online it's a little bit different, but like with every LAN match we gain more and more experience, and yeah, I'm sure we'll just keep on growing.
You're confident in your skills, just need to get the extra experience to get the consistency
We just
on
gotta
stage.
put it on the match server when we had LAN. I think that's our biggest problem. Because we definitely know we can beat any of those teams, like even the Astralis. We can't put it in the server right now when we had LAN. I think that's the biggest issue.
Do you think that being at Flashpoint and having multiple weeks of competition ahead of you is going to really help you get that experience?
100%, yeah. I think that's one of my favorite things about League, especially one that you play on LAN, that it allows teams that haven't got that big match experience to actually build it up over like quite a period of time. So it's nice that like over a whole month you can go and you can play LAN matches continuously.
Yeah,
so,
just get used to the environment.
yeah.
And you just don't get smashed 2 days in a row and then you're gone. So that's another nice thing.
Yeah, you can just get smashed for more days in a row.
Exactly.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think you guys are going to get it under control. But for you, what are the teams you really want to face in Flashpoint? Who are you excited to play against?
Envy.
Envy!
Envy!
Why?
Nifty.
Nifty.
That was Sonic has a history with Envy. He was on Envy before he joined back up with ATK. So I'm sure he has his reasons.
Who do you want to play, Ricky?
I said it, Envy.
And?
I want to play Genji.
Genji.
Samo H.
Our good friend Samo.
So just some of these rivalries, why Gen G? Just because they were some of them are the former Cloud9 players?
I think it's that, and also just because they've been playing really well lately, so we want to like prove something that we can also be at that level. So,
Fuck them, they're shit.
All right.
Jesus.
Jesus.
I mean, I don't know how we can keep going after that. Thank you very much for watching the interview. Looking forward to seeing you guys all at Flashpoint in the coming weeks. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
thank you.
Thanks.
Wave.
Jesus, Aaron, what the fuck was that, dude?
You don't hit the outro, dude.